So I have like 7 movies that I've watched in the last week or so that I forgot to review. I didn't forget to review. I was tired. It's the end of the year. I'm tired, so I'm catching up on reviews going back to last Friday. Um, Feels like it's been 3 weeks since last Friday, to be honest. So hopefully make it through all of these. I'm going to record them all individually, so who knows how long this is going to take. The first one I watched, I watched 4 while I was in LA, 3 new releases and one film from a few years ago. The first of these was Pavel Pawlikowski's Pawlikowski. I don't know how to say his last name. His film Cold War. He won the Academy Award a few years ago for Ida. Really loved Ida. Ida was a great movie. Cold War has the same stunning black and white cinematography, and I think it's the same cinematographer. Um, let's see, we'll Google it. I should look that up first. Lucas Zal. Let's see. Yeah. And he was nominated for an Oscar for Ida, and probably will get nominated for his cinematography in this film. It was inspired by, but not based on, the true life of the director's parents, who were artistic people who fell in love under the Cold War Iron Curtain in Poland. Similar to Ida, you have very strong characters in a very oppressive environment trying to come to terms with their own feelings about themselves, about other people, and about the world. The leads in this one are played by Joanna Kulig and Thomas Kott. Joanna Kulig plays a woman named Zula, and Thomas Kott plays a man named Victor. Zula is a slightly younger rural woman who Victor and his cohorts discover when they are attempting to record and create a show around um, um, like traditional Polish countryside songs to show the importance of cultural heritage. And she is not actually a country person, but she scams her way into this. And you buy it. You're like, girl, you're doing what you got to do. And you can see they have chemistry immediately. However, Victor is not one to play by the rules, and when they are asked to add more political overtones to their show that it's just supposed to be about cultural history, he can't handle it. And this causes one of many um, breakups and starts between the two of them, including him defecting to France, her coming to France, her having to marry somebody in order to leave Poland, even though she's not really wanting to marry anybody but this guy, etc., etc., etc. This is inspired by and not based on their lives because obviously there's a child in Pavel's real life. He was raised by his mother, and she did not do things quite how they happen in this movie. I don't want to spoil it. There's a child in this movie, yes, and whose child? I'll let you figure that out. So my only problem with the film was it felt much colder and much more distant from its characters than Ida, and maybe I would have liked it more if I hadn't seen Ida. I'm not sure, because I could there even though there were walls and defenses up in the characters in Ida who try they have to wall themselves in order to feel human in this very oppressive environment. You never quite connect. You see them connecting with each other, but you never connect with them, and that was hard. However, there is one sequence where the Zula character is dancing to I think it's Rock Around the Clock, and it is the most powerful sequence I've ever seen to show the power of rock and roll and what it had to say to those on the other side of the Iron Curtain. Tom Stoppard wrote an entire play called Rock and Roll that was all about the power of rock and roll. Recently, I saw that film Nico 1988, which was about her playing on the other side of the Iron Curtain and people sneaking in to see her. We know that rock and roll represented something so different for this side of the Iron Curtain. And I think this sequence in that film showcased that more than any piece of art I've ever seen. So for that alone, I say watch this film. And again, the cinematography is gorgeous. I just wish I could have connected to the characters a little bit more. But it's a nice, another entry in the artists rebel against the Cold War canon. There's quite a few of those. Recommend seeing it in theaters for its beautiful cinematography. This is Cold War.